Multitasking, we've all done it. We're good at it, or maybe we're not. But is it even possible? It turns out that our brains can't fully focus onto tasks at once. So what does that mean for all those times we think we are? When we try to do more than one thing at a time, we quickly get distracted by one task over the other. This switching of tasks is called task switching, but researchers peg it as a sort of pseudo-multitasking, because your brain is actually only focused on one task at a time. The rest of the time it's just rapidly switching between tasks, giving the appearance that you're doing several things at once. In fact, researchers peg this rapid switching as the reason why multitasking doesn't really work. In a study published in the journal Psychological Bulletin, researchers peg this rapid switching as the reason why multitasking doesn't really work. When you switch tasks, there's a cognitive cost associated with it. Your brain has to shift its focus from one thing to another, and when it does so, it takes time to get into the flow of the new task. That means that for every switch, there's a dip in productivity. For example, in the study mentioned before, participants were asked to perform a series of simple tasks, including hand-eye coordination, verbal fluency, and spatial awareness. They performed each task individually, and then researchers measured their performance after they combined some of the tasks together. They found that subjects weren't able to complete any of the tasks as quickly as they did when they were alone. In fact, it took them about 47% longer to finish the combined tasks than if they were done alone. The researchers concluded that even when the tasks don't appear to be very effortful, as was the case in this study, the cognitive cost of switching tasks is significant, and it gets worse when the tasks are more complex. According to research, our brains can only handle one complex task at a time. In a study published in the Quarterly Journal of Experimental Psychology, researchers gave participants a series of complex tasks to do, including problem-solving and decision-making. Like the last study, the participants were asked to perform these tasks individually and then as a group. And like the last study, researchers found that it took significantly longer for participants to complete the combined tasks. So, although we might think of ourselves as deft task switchers, able to jump from one thing to another without missing a beat, our brains just aren't wired for it. We might think we're good at multitasking because we've learned to switch tasks quickly. But this is actually a sort of illusion. Our brains are really only focusing on one thing at a time. And while some people might seem like they're able to pay attention to several things at once, studies suggest that this isn't really the case. These super multitaskers, as they're called, are able to switch tasks quickly, but their performance on those tasks isn't any better than those who want such quick task switchers. The good news is that we can train our brains to focus better. By forcing ourselves to focus on one thing at a time, we can improve our concentration. And the benefits go beyond just focusing on one task. According to a study published in the Journal of Graduate Medical Education, multitasking may actually reduce our ability to focus in general. Researchers assessed the impact of multitasking on medical residents' ability to concentrate. They had the residents complete a test that measured how long it took them to find as many as 10 hidden words in a paragraph. Some of the residents completed the test in solitude. Others completed the test while they listened to either a simple or complex audio clip. As you might have guessed, those who listened to an audio clip while they searched for the words performed worse than those who concentrated solely on the task. And the more complex the audio clip, the worse their performance. This suggests that multitasking, even with simple tasks, reduces our ability to focus. And when we're forced to focus on something else, our concentration abilities may never return to baseline. So, although multitasking may seem like a useful skill, it may actually do more harm than good. Now you know better than to believe that you can truly multitask. What do you think? Leave a comment below and let us know. Is there anything you can't stop multitasking while you're doing it? Share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share and subscribe. And remember, you can always find more about the science behind everyday things on our site. Thanks for watching.